Good morning, children. Today we will continue to learn more about the chapter How Things Change. So, till now we have studied four types of changes: slow and fast changes, reversible, irreversible changes, natural and man made changes, and the fourth one, periodic and non periodic changes. So, today we are going to study about physical and chemical changes and expansion and contraction changes. Also, we will study about exothermic and endothermic changes. So, we come to physical and chemical change. What are physical and what are chemical changes? So, if you see a person, he has a physical appearance and an inside character, right? So, in simple language, if we see a person, we see his physical characteristics, right? These are all his physical characteristics like looks, appearances, his color, his shape. These are all physical characteristics. Similarly, any substance has physical properties like its color, its size, its shape, its texture, how does it feel to touch. All these things are physical characteristics. So whenever the physical characteristics are changing, we say that it is a physical change. These are all temporary changes, because if we change the conditions, suppose we take a wax candle and we melt it, heat it, we change the temperature, we increase the temperature, it gets melted, right? But again, if we reduce the temperature, it again comes back to its original state, that it again gets frozen, means it again comes back to a wax, solid wax, right? The change is not permanent change, it is only temporary, because when we are reversing the temperature conditions, we get the original substance, we get the original wax again, so it is a temporary change. Next is no new substance is formed. Is anything other than wax has been formed here? If we heat the wax, no, it just melts, but no new substance is formed. Has it got converted into water? No, wax remains as wax. When the wax had melted, we could have changed its shape into a new candle, right? When we put it in some other shape, it takes that shape and it becomes a new candle. Similarly, shape has changed but not the substance. No new substance has been formed. The shape may change, means the physical characteristic may change, but new substance is not formed at all. It is a reversible change, means the original state can be reversed back, can be brought back by changing the conditions only. The composition remains same, means no new substance is formed. The chemical formula remains the same only. Okay, no new substance is formed. Shape, size, position may change. Just now I gave you an example of wax candle. The shape is changing. We can give it different shapes, different sizes we can give. We can change the position also, but new substance is not formed. Similarly, heat, light may or may not be given out or absorbed. Generally, heat and light is not given or absorbed. Okay. Some examples are given here. Dissolution of salt or sugar in water. Here also, if you check one by one point, you will find that it is a physical change. It is a temporary change. No new substance is formed. Reversible. Composition remains the same. Shape and size are changing. Heat, light may or may not be absorbed. Okay. Then next example is condensation of steam on a plate. Means it gets condensed and forms water droplets on the plate. Melting of an ice into water. When ice gets melted, it forms water, but it doesn't get converted into some new substance. Does it get converted into mango juice? No. It remains as water only. Okay. Similarly, freezing of water into ice. When it gets converted into ice, does it get converted into ice cream? No. It remains as ice. It remains as ice of water only. Now we come to the second kind of changes that we are going to study today, that is expansion and contraction changes. What are expansion and contraction changes? Expansion these expansion or contraction both occur by heating or cooling certain substances, especially metals. Metals like iron, gold, silver, etc. These are all expanded or contracted when heated or cooled. When heated, metals they get expanded, means their size gets increased. Okay. And when they are cooled, they again contract, means they become smaller in size. This is called as expansion and contraction. Expansion means increase in the size and contraction means decrease in the size. These are all utilized in some of the day-to-day activities. Just like I have shown here, one garden tool is there. Here the iron blade is made a little bit smaller. The circumference or the radius of the blade is little bit smaller than the wooden handle. So wooden handle is slightly bigger in diameter than the iron blade. So when we want to fit the wooden blade into the iron blade is heated. Now the circumference becomes a little bit bigger. Now we can fit the wooden rod inside the iron blade, and when again it gets cooled, it gets tightly fitted into the wooden handle. Now it cannot be removed easily. It can only be removed if we heat the blade again. But generally in our garden we do not heat the blade, right? So now we can work with it very nicely. Now the handle will not get removed easily. Similarly, it can also be applied while putting a metal rim inside the wooden wheel. See here, I have shown here the circumference of the metal rim is made slightly smaller while making it. But when we want to put it inside the wheel border, we just heat it, it gets expanded, and then it is easily can be put into the wheel border. Now after putting in the wheel border, now we cool it and it contracts and becomes smaller, and now it gets tightly fitted into the wheel border, wooden wheel border. Now it cannot be removed easily, so the wooden wheel now becomes stronger. One more example is between the railway tracks, some space is left between the metal tracks, right? Why are these spaces left? Only because when the railway passes on it, it gets too much heated, right? So much of friction is causing, this friction causes too much of heat to be produced. Now this heat may expand the railway tracks, and if there is no space left, the tracks will bend, right? So the space is left. If they expand also, they can expand in that space, right? Bending will not occur. If bending occurs, the direction will change. Sometimes it may break the track also. That is why the space is being left there. Now we come to the next type of changes, exothermic and endothermic changes. What are exothermic and endothermic? Thermic means heat, temperature, right? And endo. Exo means given outside. Endo means absorbed inside. Exothermic, given outside heat. Heat is released. In exothermic changes, the heat is released. And in endothermic, heat is absorbed. Heat is released means when we burn the fuels, when we burn an LPG cylinder, heat is released. We get a flame, and from that flame, heat is produced, right? Similarly, hammering of iron means beating of iron. When we beat an iron rod or iron plate, it gets heated after some time. Similarly, when we rub our hands together, heat is produced, right? All these are examples of exothermic reactions. Also, when we eat food, heat is produced inside our body, right? This is also an exothermic reaction. Our body is hotter than the environment. This shows that it is an exothermic reaction. Now, endothermic. Endo means absorption of heat. Absorption means heat is being absorbed by somebody, something, some substance, and change is being produced in that. Melting of an ice. Ice absorbs heat and gets melted into water. If heat is not there, it will keep as such as an ice only, right? Dissolution of salt and sugar in water. If we add salt to water at room temperature, it gets dissolved. If we keep on adding salt and salt, we keep on adding, then at some position the salt will not get dissolved now. Now we have to heat the solution in order to dissolve more salt into it. Otherwise, it will not dissolve now because we have added much salt in water and now it has become a saturated solution. So in order to dissolve more salt in it, we have to heat it. So it is an endothermic reaction. Similarly with sugar also it is the same thing. So these are endothermic changes. So today we studied about physical and chemical change, expansion and contraction change, and exothermic and endothermic changes. These are the three types of changes we studied today. It is your assignment to write down the difference between physical and chemical changes. So, hope you have understood the class. If you have any doubt regarding the class, you can ask me during clarification hours. Send me the homework to me during clarification hours, to Ma'am Sanchari, right? Thank you and have a nice day.